Well, there are 4 races left in the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs: Vegas, Miami, Martinsville, and then the championship in Phoenix. But beyond the live action on the track, NASCAR Studios has been hard at work this year, creating content for fans and newcomers to the sport. We're talking Full Speed on Netflix, which formally got a second season green light recently. Also new shows on True TV and Max and YouTube, as well as projects planned for FS1, Prime Video, and elsewhere. Helping guide all of this original work and joining us on the pod now is John Dahl, Senior VP Content at NASCAR. John, thanks for joining the SBJ Sports Media Podcast.
Thanks for having me.
So John, I got to start with the latest. NASCAR Studios and Words and Pictures, that's Connor Schell's outfit, have partnered now to form Full Speed Entertainment. Season 2 of Full Speed, that show on Netflix, is going to be the most high-profile project there. So John, what are some of the differences we can expect with that collaboration between Season 1 of the show and Season 2?
Well, we'll see. I mean, we're still in production right now with the playoffs going on. We've just cut it down from 16 to 12 and now 8 remaining in the playoff field. So we have been shooting since the playoffs began in Atlanta, and we'll continue to do so over the remaining races of the current 24 season. I think the first season we were very pleased with it, and we're excited to follow it up. We are encouraged by the fact that the data has shown that the viewing audience for season 1 on Netflix was really generally different than the people who were previously watching our races. In fact, like almost 90% of the people, I think, who watched Full Speed in its first week on Netflix had not watched the 2023 championship race. That was per Nielsen. So I think that's really encouraging to us.
I mean, should we expect a longer series maybe in Season 2? I know it was only, 5 episodes in Season 1?
Yeah, it was 5 and 1. We haven't nailed that down yet, like how many episodes ultimately, but I would think it's going to be comparable to in terms of length to what we did with Season 1.
Well, I loved it. I know it was a big win for everyone in NASCAR, Tim Clark, the whole group there. So really looking forward to that one in Season 2. But what other sorts of projects should we expect from this Full Speed Entertainment collaboration? Are we talking podcasts, just documentaries? Where's that focus going to be?
Well, I think it's in a number of different directions. First of all, Connor Schell, who heads up Words and Pictures, he and I go way back to ESPN, starting ESPN Films, starting 30 for 30. Connor and I have worked together on all kinds of projects for nearly 2 decades. I consider him a very good friend as well as a terrific colleague to work with. So I think I'm just excited about the partnership between him and Aaron Cohen at Words and Pictures, who I've worked with. Again, another very good friend. Worked with Aaron for nearly 15 years now. There's Libby Geist. There's so many people that I'm familiar with from my time at ESPN. So it's just fun for us, I think, to roll up our sleeves and work together on projects for NASCAR. And my purview, really what I'm overseeing in terms of content as head of content for NASCAR and NASCAR Studios, are a number of different areas. It's unscripted. It can be documentaries, docu-specials, series, a made-for-streaming event, short films, features, all areas of unscripted. Then there's scripted content. There's actual movies, drama series where there's a script that somebody wants us to get behind, or we could be developed through Words and Pictures potentially in Full Speed Entertainment. There's studio shows and podcasts. We launched 3 new shows for the playoffs this year. NASCAR Inside the Playoffs with True TV and Turner, Warner Brothers Discovery. It's on Max as well. And in addition to our YouTube channel, by the way. And we launched a couple other shows, NASCAR Daily with Shannon Spake on our YouTube channel. And so that's another area of content that we're going to be exploring together with Full Speed Entertainment and Words and Pictures. We've got branded content. We've got NASCAR.com, the written form of content. So there's a lot for us to pour over. And it's not just any one area. It's not just documentaries.
You also have a relatively new pact with CAA to help you all, bolster NASCAR Studios and its efforts. How has that relationship gone, and who's kind of steering that over at CAA?
Oh, that's a great relationship. I've enjoyed it already so far. In fact, I just met Matt Chazen in New York for lunch yesterday. He's at CAA, of course. There's Bobby Kenner and David Gross, so I work with most directly and regularly, and we check in all the time. And it's an opportunity to kick around all sorts of ideas. I think what I want us to do is stretch the realm of what's possible in terms of content and ideas. I like to say that if somebody was pitching a musical that was focused on NASCAR in some way, I'm not going to sit there and go, well, no, we don't do that. Like any idea that I think is good storytelling, good content, helps us reach new audiences, diversify, broaden our scope in terms of who we're reaching. I'll listen. So that's where I think CAA also is particularly helpful. They can help us explore new avenues.
There's a little bit of experience in the Hollywood space there.
Yeah, the Hollywood space, I think they'll definitely help us there. I'll be at the Sphere this weekend, actually checking out the Sphere in Las Vegas. The Eagles playing there. I know my father-in-law is particularly jealous that I'm going to experience the Eagles that way. What could we do for NASCAR that might connect to the Sphere in some way? I mean, really looking at all kinds of ways to storytell, all kinds of content ideas.
John, you talked about a number of the programs that have rolled out this fall on True TV and YouTube, NASCAR Inside the Playoffs. TNT Sports is obviously going to be among the media partners that's joining NASCAR next season as part of that new media rights deal. How has that program in particular been received by fans?
Quite well. We're encouraged. I think it's been a very encouraging start for us. We've been excited to feature our new studios in Concord, the NASCAR production facility in Concord that just opened in January. We have been doing NASCAR Inside the Playoffs from that studio. And, the proximity to all the teams and operations that are in that area and close by, everybody's able to be there in person. Kyle Busch, our analyst for the first 3 weeks. Then we had Jamie McMurray. We've had Ross Chastain in there the last couple of weeks. Carl Edwards has flown in and been an analyst on the last couple of weeks.
The guy's still probably in better shape than 90% of people. It was always a phenomenal athlete.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. The backflips of Carl Edwards are incredible. So it's been fun to bring that kind of vibe, that comfortable vibe like you see with Inside the NBA with Turner. So, I think Craig Berry and I saw each other again last week. Executives from Turner, Warner Brothers Discovery, as well as Amazon were in town. I've known Craig for such a long time. Craig, I've known since he was a PA at Turner Sports. That's how long I've known Craig. And Jeff Banke and I used to work together at Turner Sports. Jeff now, does a brilliant job leading the NASCAR coverage for NBC, Peacock, and USA Network. So I'm getting reconnected with a lot of old friends in my career.
Well, another new media partner is going to be Prime Video. Obviously, that's another big global platform. What is it about Amazon that is going to be beneficial to NASCAR?
The reach of Amazon is really incredible. I mean, it's getting highlighted with Thursday Night Football. And content that surrounds Thursday Night Football, like they've done with the Kelsey documentary, which I went to the premiere to in Philadelphia last year. And that was before the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelsey relationship really took off, so the timing on that was really incredible. But, the Barry Sanders doc they did. So having content to surround the race window for Amazon, their window basically opens with the Coca-Cola 600 a Memorial Day weekend and runs through most of June. I think it's really a great opportunity for us, again, to reach new audiences. Amazon is such a powerful force. And Noah Mullally there, Noah and I have connected on previous projects when I was at ESPN. He and Karen Hammerberg are great to work with. It's just another avenue where we can storytell beyond the fans maybe that we've reached in the past. You've got Amazon, you've got Turner Warner Brothers Discovery to go along with Fox and with NBC Peacock, and then of course the CW, doing the Xfinity series. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun for NASCAR fans and beyond. Those maybe are their more casual fans that can be entertained by our sport in a variety of ways.
No, I like that you brought up the CW. It's obviously something that I'm paying attention to. NASCAR, like other sports, like the Big Ten, like the NFL, taking that multi-network, like just getting your content and your races on as many platforms as possible. I really like the initiative there.
Yeah, I do too. And I think what we're cognizant of too is making sure people can navigate it all next year. We want to make sure people, with the addition of all these partners, can find our races, find our content. And so we'll do everything we can to help inform them and help them follow along. But I also, I like to think of it too as see if we can reach younger fans as well. My daughter is a freshman in college, 17 years old, not even 18 yet. I know how she consumes content. How can she likes sports, but she's not like, a dedicated race fan per se or anything like that. So how do we reach my daughter? How do we reach my son who's 14 years old? And a freshman in high school. I brought him to a couple races this year, kind of to get a sense of what do you like? What would you like to see more of? And whatnot. So I'm thinking about my kids because I think there's a lot like them out there that I think we can reach if we entertain and show them that NASCAR actually is for them. They may not, have realized it, but it is for them.